Okay, so I've already done the one eye and now I'm going to do this one. I'm just taking the Tartelette in Bloom eyeshadow palette. So the first shade I'm going to be taking is the shade Smarty Pants. This is that one there. And I'm using the Iconic eye brush set. So I'm using this as like the transition shade. And just starting on the outer and bringing it in. Just blending that all in. And I'll neaten up this corner so I won't worry about it being too neat at the moment. Then I'm taking the shade Rebel, which is like a red sort of wine sort of colour. Just going to be putting that, hacking it on like a little bit in the corner and bringing it round again. I'm going to bring it down into that little bit in the inner eye. And just leaving like that little inner bit here, just because that's where the gold glitter is gonna go. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of the shade Leader, which is like a dark, I said wine for the last one, didn't I? It's burgundy, that's the one I'm looking for. I'd say it's like a burgundy. And I'm just going to put that in the corner. Well, on the outer corner, sorry. Then just blending it all. I'm actually going to take a white now because it's so messy that it's annoying me. There. Just going to do that. Now I'm just going to take another Iconic eye brush from that same pack and use the shade Funny Girl, which is like a foil shade. I'm just going to pack that on in that little middle gap. Then just taking the Barry M Glitter Rush Body Glitter in the shade, I think it's Desert Bronze. So take that, and to apply it I'm actually going to just use a little bit of Vaseline. So I'm just going to dip my brush in there and pack that on my eye, just where I've put that foil bit. And then just going to go in with the glitter. I'm just going to do my liner and my other eyelash off camera, and then I will be back. Okay, so I'm back. I've done my eyeliner and eyelashes, and I've also added a little bit of the Tartelette Rebel shade under my eye. For foundation I'm going to use a mixture of the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Normal Oily Skin Foundation, and that is in the shade Natural Beige. I'm going to mix it a little bit with the NARS in the shade NARS All Day Luminous foundation in the shade Stromboli. I prefer the coverage of this one, but I can look a little bit too yellow with it, or a little bit more orangey and light, so I'm going to mix a little bit of this one in because I feel like it looks a little bit more natural looking. It's got less like yellow tone in it. So yeah, so I'm going to mix these. Oh, what am I doing? Why am I doing foundation before primer? Am I okay? Right. For primer I'm going to use a mixture. I'm going to use mixture of the No. 7 illuminating lotion and just this one, and I'm also going to use the MAC strobe cream, and this is the one with like little gold flakes in, so it's like a little goldy tint to it. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of this on, and then I'm going to go back to the foundation. I'm going to use the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush because it's quick. So that was the NARS. And this one is the Maybelline one. This one is definitely more brownie, beigey, like not brownie but like less orange. And then I'm going to use the MAC Fix Plus. Don't know why I forgot the name there. Just using that because it's easier to blend. Just buffing that all in. I just think it's absolutely baffling how I never used to wear like concealer. Like, how did we used to, well, I think everyone used to wear like just foundation. It's really hot in this room, really hot. So, and the lights in the filming make everything 10 times hotter. And this is like an attic room. So yeah, it's not great. Now I'm going to go in with the Becca Under Eye Brightening Concealer and pack that on under the eye. Does anyone else have, well I presume a lot of people maybe do, but one of my under eyes is so much more easier to conceal than the other one. Is that like normal? Do a lot of people have that? Because it's always this eye that's awful. Like, this eye is easier to conceal, whereas this one just always have like a bag bit here. I just find that so weird. Like, why are you not the same? I'm going to go in with a little bit of a mixture. Going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 20 and the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Sand. Only a little bit of this one because it is really light. And then a little bit of that right in the bits that are like, that need the most brightening. Then just going in with a little sponge and blending that in. Then to set my under eye, I'm going to use the Rimmel Translucent Powder. This broke, so I need to get a new one. But this actually makes it more like the more like baking powder, and it's more like the Laura Mercier one. Now I'm going to do my eyebrows. Should I do them off camera? I'm going to attempt on camera, but this could be dodgy filming. So, we'll see. So I'm first just using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pencil Brow Wiz in the shade Dark Brown. So just filling the main sort of gaps in. Tempted to get microblading done, but I feel like I never do, because you know how prominent it makes your brows look? I think like it would be too much of a shock for me. Like, I like some days when I just like to work, I don't wear any makeup, and I feel like perfect eyebrows might look a bit weird with my skin when I've just got nothing on my face. I feel like they'd look a bit odd, so I never want to do it, but it's so tempting. But I have to be like positive on the decision because of how expensive they are. They're like, well, the ones I want are like £400, so I've got to be sure on that one. I just think I'm not going to do it because, like, as soon as I have my hair done, it takes me like a couple of days to get used to it. I feel like my eyebrows, if I got them done, they're right in the middle of your face, and that is just, oh, if they're awful, you are literally fucked. So now they're sort of loosely outlined. I'm going to take the Zoeva brow, no, it's actually an eyeliner brush. I feel like I've got a Zoeva brow one at the moment, and it's a little bit too thick, I think, so I bought the eyeliner sort one, and this is the 312 detail liner brush, just to see if it would be more precise. I think I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills cream contour palette, and I'm going to use the darkest brown in there. So what, actually, I think I quite like this brow brush. Well, eye detail brush. So I'm just going to now go in. Actually, I'm going to clean that brush. I'm going to go clean that brush, and then I'm going to come back and do concealer with it. So I'll be back in a minute. Now I'm just going to outline my brows. Up with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer again. I'm just going to pack a little bit of concealer in the middle and over a couple of blemishes. And then I'm just going to go back in with that beauty sponge and blend it all in. Just going to contour my nose now. A little bit of Maybelline concealer on the sides of the nose. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the contour. I'm just going to use a little brush from eBay, just like so, but any sort flat brush, small thing, or use concealer sort brush, I'm not sure what you call them. But I'm going to go in with the dark contour shade of the Iconic palette. Outline. Cheekbones. I'll do the forehead as well. And then I'm just going to go in and take some of that shade, it's like the toning shade, and put that on my forehead as well. It's got a little bit more warmth in this one. And then anything remainder I'm going to put for the sides of the nose. Then I'm going to take some of the Stila Stay All Day Contouring Bronzer in the shade Medium, and just pack that on my cheeks. And my forehead a little bit. Now for highlight, I'm going to go in with the Becca Champagne Pop. Put a little bit in the inner corners. I'm going to use some of the Iconic illuminated drops for a little bit on my nose. Okay, so now for lips. I'm going to go with a nude lip. Sorry, I always do that. I'm going to switch it up next time. But now I'm just going to do nude lip because I've got a couple of new nude lip stuff. So I'm going to give it a try. I just need to decide which. First of all, I'm just going to line them with my usual lip liner, my NYX lip liner in the shade Sugar Glass. So I'm going to start off with the BH liquid lipstick in the shade, oh, it doesn't say, what is it? Sorbet. It's very pink through this one. So I'm going to start with that. And then I'm going to put a tiny bit of the Dose of Colours in the shade Sand, am I? Yeah, Sand. Then I'm just going to go back in a little bit with the Rimmel Translucent Powder and apply to sort of the oily bits that I don't want to be as shiny, so just sort of here. I'll put a little bit on my forehead. So now I'm just going to spray my face with the MAC Fix Plus, and that is the finished look.